Yes, hello. Qatar removes restrictions ahead of World Cup. In this video, I'm going to tell you the restrictions that have been removed ahead of World Cup. For example, wearing of masks, checking of terrace, and many more others. This comes shortly ahead of the start of the World Cup, which is scheduled to take place in Qatar beginning on November 20th, 2022. Alright, so this is what I'm going to tell you for travelers going to Qatar in the coming weeks entering the country. Okay, here is what you should know about the country dropping restrictions. So please guys, let's continue reading. You can also be following from your handset so that you can know actually what is going to happen or what has been put. No more COVID tests or contract tracing. According to the Gulf Times, visitors to Qatar no longer need to present a negative COVID test in order to enter the country. That is one or the second restriction. Previously, travelers needed a negative rapid antigen test taken up to 24 hours before departure, or a negative PCR test taken up to 48 hours before departure in order to enter into the country. Okay, so this is one of the things that has been removed ahead of World Cup that is going to happen. All right, another welcome charge or change is the removal of the requirement for travelers to pre-register with the ETERAS app. ETERAS, a government-owned contract tracing app, okay, was previously required for all visitors. You remember that has been the one of the things. In case you are traveling, you must have that app, which came under fire for requiring users to submit to 24/7 GPS tracking and give up large quantities of personal data is no longer required for anyone visiting Qatar. Visitors also do not need to show evidence of having received the COVID vaccine. All right, let's continue to see these things that has been removed. After being one of the latest holdouts in the developed world to maintain COVID-related travel restrictions, Qatar now joins more than 120 countries in welcoming tourists normally again. This sounds very important and very good. All right. Are masks required in Qatar? Masks are no longer required in any setting in the country. Qatar removed its indoor mask mandate on September 1st, 2022. Masks were still required on transportation, but that has now been dropped too as of mid-October. Masks are also no longer required on Qatar Airways flights. With the removal of masks mandates, travelers will be able to enjoy a return to normalcy while visiting the country for the World Cup. Traveling for the World Cup, Qatar is hosting the FIFA World Cup this year. This international soccer tournament, which has been held every 4 years since 1930, will be occurring for the first time post-COVID this November 2022. So you can actually see what has been removed. That is favorable. Okay, it has been something as a mandatory. When you are coming to the country, you must have it, but has been removed. This recent announcement regarding the removal of travel restrictions will come as a relief to the millions of tourists expected to arrive in the country in the coming weeks. So by next week, travelers will be coming. Those who are players, those who cheer them up, Qatar's civil aviation regulators have estimated that between 3.5 million and 4.1 million travelers will arrive for the World Cup in November. More than 3 million tickets have been sold for the event, which will see soccer teams from 32 nations competing in Qatar. Next month. Alright, let's see what is going to happen next month. You can also bet which team is going to win. More than 3 million tickets have been sold already. Okay, FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022. Airlines flying soccer fans to Qatar have been making preparations, and Qatar Airways has boosted its workforce from 10,000 to 55,000 employees to handle the World Cup crowds. According to Bad Mohammed Al-Mir, the COO of Hamad International Airport in Doha, Qatar, more than 500 flights will be landing daily during the tournament. Things you should know before visiting Qatar. In addition to know about the removal of travel restrictions, there are several other things visitors should be aware of before going to Qatar. For the duration of the World Cup, all visitors entering the country and planning to attend matches must obtain a hire card. This card acts as an entry visa into the country and also includes access to the stadium and free access to public transportation. Additionally, there are a number of cultural differences and customs in Qatar that all travelers should be aware of before visiting. Thank you so much, guys.